Welcome back Year 5, and today we are learning to subtract decimals. And we're going to start with a really easy example over here, and we're going to use the column method. So just like when we subtract whole numbers using the column method, we need to think about our place value and make sure our place values match up when we write these values down using the column subtraction. So I'm going to start with my whole number here, and I'm going to take away 0.38. So I'm making sure that my ones match up, my tenths match up, and my hundredths match up as well. So if you are not entirely sure, then you can write the values of each column down. So we had our ones here, then we've got our tenths and our hundredths, and then our tenths and our hundredths again. So now it's really nice and easy, and we can tell how the ones are in the same column, our tenths are in the same column, and our hundredths are in the same column when we are subtracting our decimal numbers. We've got our greatest value first. So we've got 6, take away 8. Oh, we don't quite have enough to complete this in a column subtraction method. So we're going to go next door and we're going to exchange that. So we've got 6 left here, and we are passing on a tenth over here. So now we've got 16 hundredths, and we are going to take away 8. So that's another 8 hundredths. So now we've got 6 tenths, and we're taking away 3 tenths. That is 3 tenths. And then 0 ones, taking away 0 ones is 0 ones. So now we've got 0.38. So now we're going to have a go at a slightly trickier problem, slightly tricky example, because as you can tell, we've got different numbers of digits in these two decimal numbers. So I'm going to again start with our greatest number, greatest value. That's 8.93. So perhaps before we write down our second value, which we're taking away, I'm going to identify the values of each column. So we've got ones and ones, we've got tenths and hundredths, we've got tenths and hundredths, and then thousandths. Now, as you can tell, we do not have thousandths in this decimal number here, but that's not a problem as long as we follow the same rule of lining up all of the place value and the decimal points. So we need to make sure all of our numbers, all of our digits are in the right column. So I'm going to start with the ones. So we've got 4 ones. Excellent. Our decimal points are lining up. Our ones columns are lining up. Our digits are in the correct position. So now I've done the ones. I'm going to do the tenths. The tenths go under the tenths. And then my hundredths are going to go under the hundredths. And then I've got thousandths here. So I'm going to go ahead and place this 2 over here. However, I'm going to then use a different colour pen, my purple pen, to just place a 0 as a placeholder here, because it's going to be much easier for you to complete this subtraction calculation without forgetting that we have 0 thousandths here. So this is like a reminder. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this calculation. So I've got 0 thousandths here. So I'm going to go next door and I'm going to exchange. So I've got 2 left here, and I'm going to pass on a hundredth next door. So now I've got 10 thousandths, and I'm then taking away 2, and that is 8 thousandths left. Now here I've only got 2 hundredths, so I'm going to have to go next door, go to exchange, and pass on a tenth next door. So I've got now 12 hundredths. So 12 hundredths, take away 6, that is 6. So now I have got 8 tenths, taken away 3 tenths, that is 5 tenths, and then 8 ones taken away 4 ones is 4. Don't forget about that decimal point. Look at how they line up really, really nicely, and all of our digits are in the correct place, in the place value columns. So this was subtraction with decimals. You will have to now go on and open up or watch the PowerPoint presentation to complete today's learning. Good luck.